Hello, NBA fans. Every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I ask for your help by subscribing to the channel and giving me your thumbs up. LeBron James was the Lakers' last MVP. This happened in the 2020 championship finals. But after 5 years it seems that the Lakers will have another MVP, because the star and phenomenon Luka Doncic is putting on a basketball show and has everything to be NBA MVP for the first time. General Manager Rob Pelinka deserves applause for having secured the best signing of the decade for the Lakers. Go Lakers, Luka Doncic on his way to being NBA MVP. Luka Doncic's MVP run depends a lot on the Lakers, claims Dirk Nowitzki. After missing 3 games, Luka Doncic returned to the court in remarkable fashion, dropping 40 points in the Los Angeles Lakers' 117-112 victory over the Memphis Grizzlies. The season might have just begun, but this was already the 3rd time the Slovenian star has taken the game by the scruff of its neck. And given that Doncic has looked like $1 million since shedding 30 pounds during the offseason, analysts strongly believe he might be a fitting candidate for this year's MVP. This is his 8th year in the NBA. Up until last year, he had been named in 5 straight All-NBA first-team selections, reaching almost touching distance of the MVP title in 2023-24, only coming 3rd behind Nikola Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The Magic's Big Three isn't working yet. So, can he finally do it this year, is the question everyone has been asking. He is in LA, playing for the Gold and Purple Nation, leading the team out of the shadows of LeBron James, and is primed to take over as the team's face for the foreseeable future. If there is ever a time, it is now. However, former Dallas Mavericks star Dirk Nowitzki believes that Doncic's MVP chances rest firmly on how well the Lakers do this season. Doncic scoring 40 points in 3 consecutive games to start the season makes him only the 2nd player in NBA history to do so. The only other person on that list is Wilt Chamberlain, who pulled it off twice in 1961 and 1962. Naturally, many have been saying how Doncic might just end up averaging 40 this entire season. While Nowitzki does admit that scoring has generally been up in the NBA, maintaining such a high average seems like a lot, even for a man of Doncic's pedigree. Udonis Haslem agreed with the former power forward and pointed out that if he were to sustain that pace, it would have to be very intentional, to the point of being selfish, and consequently, not playing good basketball. Blake Griffin, also present on the panel, noted that Doncic has been anything but selfish, which makes his scoring all the more impressive. The game is just coming to him. You're not seeing him force shots. He didn't take bad shots tonight and he's still getting 40, he added. Taylor Rooks went on to take this moment to introduce the MVP conversation, even though by her own admission, it's too early to call. Nowitzki then said that he would love for Doncic to get the nod. He's been at an incredible level for years now. I think he deserves it, he said. The question I have is, are the Lakers going to have a good enough record? Usually, it has to be like a top 2, top 3 seed at least in the conference to even get that love. And so, we will see how the Lakers season goes. I mean, obviously, LeBron is still out. They still have a long season in front of them, but if he keeps it up, you can't keep him out of that conversation, he further explained. Doncic will obviously have some serious competition, even if the Lakers manage to put together a strong enough season to keep him in the MVP conversation. Stars like Victor Wembanyama are putting up some insane numbers, while Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander are all right there in the mix. Luka Doncic has another 40-point performance in NBA Cup win over Grizzlies. The Los Angeles Lakers closed out their quick 2-game road trip on Friday night against the Memphis Grizzlies in their first group play game of the Emirates NBA Cup. The Lakers welcomed both Luka Doncic and Marcus Smart back to the lineup, and they both made big impacts in what wound up being a 117-112 victory for LA to improve its record to 4-2 on the young season, are forming new, fast identity. Doncic began the season on a heater with 43 and 49 points in the Lakers' first 2 games before he went down with multiple injuries. He looked like he didn't miss a beat in this one though, as the superstar put together another 40-point performance with 44 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists on 14 of 27 shooting in 39 minutes of action. After a lackluster second quarter, the Lakers turned it on in the third quarter and never looked back. Austin Reaves has stepped up big time in Donic's absence, and he put together another solid game in this one. Reaves finished with 21 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists and 1 steal on 5 of 14 shooting. Outside of the two stars, everybody did their part for the Lakers in the victory. Smart impressed with his all-around play, filling up the stat sheet with 12 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists and 2 steals. He made a number of big defensive and hustle plays for LA against his former team. He wasn't the only former Grizzly on the court, as Jake LaRavia was as well, and he contributed 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists and 2 steals in 23 minutes off the bench. Point differential is the tiebreaker in the Emirates NBA Cup, so both teams fought hard until the end. The Lakers ultimately came away with the victory, but it was only by 5 points, so they will have to take care of business in the rest of their group play games to ensure they advance to the knockout stage. One thing to keep an eye on moving forward will be the status of DeAndre Ayton. He did not play in the second half due to what appeared to be a back injury. The center was deemed healthy enough to return, but J.J. Redick left him on the bench with the rest of the team handling business in the second half. What's next for the Lakers? The Lakers will now return home and host the Miami Heat on Sunday night in the first night of a back-to-back before heading back on the road to take on the Portland Trail Blazers on Monday. Austin Reaves happy to get Luka Doncic back in Lakers lineup. Luka Doncic returned to action on Friday night and immediately picked up where he left off before getting injured, leading the Los Angeles Lakers to a road win over the Memphis Grizzlies to kick off Emirates NBA Cup group play action. Doncic scored a game-high 44 points to help the Lakers move to 4-2 on the season, which is an impressive record considering how many key players have been out with injuries. In Doncic's absence, Austin Reaves picked up the slack as he logged a 51-point game, 41-point game, 16-assist game and a buzzer beat to keep the Lakers afloat. Despite the ridiculous week that Reaves has had, he was happy to see Doncic back on the court trying to one-up him. "I'm happy he did. It was good to see him back out there playing," Reaves said. "Looked good, looked like he didn't miss any time. Everybody knows how good he is. If he was trying to be me, I don't know, probably not. He's a little better than me. But yeah, it was good to see." Reaves also discussed what makes Doncic, who is averaging 45.3 points in 3 games this season, so difficult to guard. "I think it's just the pace that he plays with," Reaves said. "He's always been able to get to his spots. He honestly has a weird shot where it's hard to contest without fouling. Like you can get your hand up but you're not really contesting. But if you try to contest a little more, you foul him. So it's difficult in that sense. And then his ability to pass the ball is obviously very high, so you have to respect that. Obviously he's in a good rhythm and hopefully he continues to do that. It's very early in the season, but at a combined 77.3 points, Doncic and Reaves are the highest scoring duo in the league by far. With both Doncic and Reaves playing at such a high level, the Lakers could be a scary team down the road, as they will eventually get LeBron James and others back in the lineup as well. Adou Thiero is about to get the Lakers opportunity he never expected. The Los Angeles Lakers may actually have some minutes available for their rookie. With Adou Thiero working his way back from knee injury, the Los Angeles Lakers and their fans have yet to see how the rookie wing fits in with this year's roster. The feeling of playing time being unavailable for him during his first season in the NBA may be quickly disappearing. Many have been under the impression that it would not happen altogether, and this would mostly be a development year for Thiero. It should still be largely viewed as such. However, on-court reps with the Lakers could be available for him now. Dave McMenamin reported, Lakers rookie Adou Thiero has been cleared for live on-court contact work, per the Lakers. He has been assigned to the South Bay Lakers to continue his progression towards 5-on-5 play by joining South Bay's training camp. Depending on how quickly Thiero gets up to speed with South Bay, the opportunity to get some minutes with Los Angeles are on the table. Injuries have quickly become a theme of the season so far for the Lakers. With J.J. Redick turning to two-way players and young guys off the bench for minutes, there is no reason Thiero shouldn't be able to throw himself into the mix. Lakers' injury woes could open the door for Thiero to prove himself. It is worth noting that the wings remain a relatively healthy position. Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, and Jake LaRavia have been available and competing. However, LeBron James has been out for the entire season thus far. Marcus Smart has popped in and out of the lineup, with others being forced to step into larger roles as a result. That should offer up minutes for Thiero. The discussion here is not about giving the rookie wing anything extreme like 25 minutes off the bench in a sixth-man role, or anything of the sort. Situationally, though, there should be opportunities for Thiero to find around 10 minutes of relief action. That may not sound like the sexiest conversation to have. However, every chance to get on the court for a young player like him can be an important step of his development. Rob Pelinka and the front office went out of their way to move up for Thiero in the 2025 NBA draft. They clearly like what they saw on the tape when the athletic forward was at Arkansas. Why not take the opportunity to get samples of what he looks like in the rotation with a banged-up Lakers squad? NBA legend Charles Barkley casts doubt on LeBron James' sciatica injury, says it's just age. The Los Angeles Lakers are entering the final season of LeBron James' contract, and there's no clear indication of which direction he'll go once it officially expires. One thing that's been consistent throughout is James' desire to compete for another NBA championship. LeBron wants to compete for a championship, Rich Paul told ESPN. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We are very appreciative of the partnership that we've had for 8 years with Jeanie, Bus, and Rob Pelinka, and consider the Lakers as a critical part of his career. James has been dealing with sciatica and has yet to suit up for the Lakers this season. Despite his absence, Los Angeles has held its own. Lakers insider Dave McMenamin recently shared the latest update on James' recovery timeline. I have been told by multiple sources over the last several days that his rehab and all of the process to get back to that return date is moving in the right direction, McMenamin wrote. While James remains sidelined, NBA legend Charles Barkley isn't buying the injury explanation. He believes age is the real reason behind James' absence. He's just old. Everybody gets old. He says it's sciatica. You know what that means, Dan? Yeah, I know his back hurts, Barkley said on the Dan Patrick Show. All old people's back hurt, Dan. All old people's back hurt. You can dress it up like sciatica. You can come up with all these medical terms. LeBron is old. There's no doubt that James is aging, but to suggest that's the only reason he's missing time is a stretch. Accusing anyone of faking an injury crosses a line. James hadn't missed an opening game in his first 22 seasons, so it doesn't make sense to suddenly blame age now. Barkley's take, to say the least, is an interesting one. It is time for Lakers fans to have an uncomfortable Bronny James discussion. Bronny isn't an NBA player right now. The Los Angeles Lakers have dealt with a rash of injuries, including being limited to Austin Reeves as the lone ball handler for multiple games, and Bronny James only played 28 total minutes in the team's first 6 games. The second-year guard still hasn't scored and failed to produce a counting stat in 2 of the 3 contests he got on the floor. Head coach J.J. Redick has no trust in the 21-year-old, and Bronny is proving him right. The Lakers did give him 20 minutes of action against the Blazers on October 27. It was the second night of a back-to-back, and Los Angeles was without Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Marcus Smart, Gabe Vincent, and Thiero. Reeves was their only trusted ball handler healthy, but Redick played two-way guard Nick Smith Jr. more minutes than Bronny. It was James' best game of the season, but that is a low bar to clear. LeBron's oldest son is a fan favorite. Lakers supporters would love to see Bronny blossom into a steady role player who impacts winning, but their NBA Cup opening win over the Grizzlies was just the latest example that the second-year pro can't be trusted. Bronny James isn't an NBA player at this stage. The Lakers were still without LeBron, Vincent, and Thiero in Friday's game in Memphis. Luka Doncic surprisingly returned early from injury and went nuclear again, but Coach Redick only played a 9-man rotation. With Luka, Smart, and Austin Reeves starting, Dalton Knecht was the only guard to play off the bench. Doncic and AR ran the show, but Redick could have used a secondary creator whenever one of the stars and Smart needed a rest. The opportunity was there for Bronny again, but he never left the bench. Even during an abysmal second quarter where the Lakers gave up 42 points and were outscored by 18, there wasn't even a thought of putting in the 21-year-old. Redick gave Knecht 15 minutes, and LA was outscored by 10 with him on the floor. Still, the coach trusted him. That was not the case for Bronny. The Lakers are 4-2 and wouldn't be if he saw more action. James averages 0.0 points, 1.0 rebound, 1.0 assist, and 1.3 turnovers in 9.3 minutes per game so far. He appeared in just 3 contests, and Los Angeles has been outscored by 2 points in his 28 total minutes. Small sample size caveats apply, but Redick not trusting him even when the Lakers aren't playing a point guard off the bench tells the tale. Bronny James isn't a finished product. His biggest problem is he lacks an NBA skill. Bronny has struggled to handle the ball, make shots, and defend. The 6 feet 2 inches guard is undersized. He offers athleticism and not much else at this stage. The Lakers must send him to South Bay and allow him to season his game in the G League. It is the only way Bronny is going to blossom into the player Lakers fans hope he becomes. The Los Angeles Lakers can't play him right now. It is on Bronny to earn Redick's trust and overtake a role on this team. Gabe Vincent struggled and is injured. There are seemingly minutes available, but the young guard isn't snatching them. Fans want it to happen, but Bronny needs more time to develop. It is not what anyone wants to hear, but the truth hurts sometimes.